Welcome to Car Comparers. Today we'll be comparing the Innova Crysta with the XUV500. So why are we comparing these two cars? The XUV500 looks like an SUV while the Innova Crysta looks like an MPV. But it's the Innova which has rear-wheel drive and sturdy underpinnings shared with the Hilux pickup truck, while the XUV is based on a car-like monocoque chassis and front-wheel drive. So which one is the real SUV amongst the two, and which one is a more practical, technically sound, and better value for money option is what we are trying to find out. Pricing and features. XUV500's top of the line W10 variant costs 18.95 lakh on road Delhi. Innova Crysta's high-end ZX manual variant retails for 23.9 lakh, which is an exorbitant 5 lakh rupees more than the XUV500. The Innova Crysta has extra side, curtain and knee airbags for added safety, while the XUV500 has extra electric sunroof, TPMS and hill descent control over the Crysta. Performance and drivability. Innova Crysta has moderately better performance than the XUV500 across the rev range. It is 16% more powerful and 14% more torquey than the XUV500 in terms of torque-to-weight ratio. The difference was especially noticeable when we drove the two automatics back to back. The XUV500 automatic feels much more sluggish than the Innova Crysta AT. Toyota taking the extra effort of putting a bigger engine in the automatic variants to maintain equal levels of performance as the manual versions is really commendable. Fuel efficiency. The Innova Crysta has an ARAI certified mileage of 15.1 kmpL, which is around 1 kmpL less than the XUV500's mileage of 16 kmpL. The Innova Crysta Automatic has an ARAI certified mileage of 14.3 kmpL, which is half a kmpL more than the XUV. In our real-world tests, the manual Crysta was consistently 1 kmpL more efficient than the manual XUV500, while the Crysta Automatic returned almost 2 kmpL less than the manual variant and 1 kmpL more than the automatic XUV. Space and comfort. The Innova Crysta trumps the XUV when it comes to comfort and ergonomics inside the cabin. XUV's front two rows are as spacious as the Crysta's, if not more, but the Crysta's seats are more supportive and comfortable over long distances. XUV's third row, though, is a complete disappointment, good only for small children. Crysta's third row is much better and genuinely useful even for adults. With all the seats in place, the XUV has just 93 liters of boot space, which is lesser than the Tata Nano, in contrast to the Crysta's 330-liter boot capacity. Handling and ride quality. XUV's vague and ponderous road manners are in complete contrast to Innova Crysta's precise and anchored road behavior. The sheer authority with which Innova Crysta smothers the Indian roads is unbelievable. The XUV500 also handles the rough road well, but transfers slightly more impact to the occupants. XUV's stability under hard braking is also not as good as the Crysta's. Reliability and after-sales service. Mahindra is still eons behind Toyota when it comes to sheer product reliability and service support in our country. All Mahindra's products till date have had teething troubles at launch, while Toyota has consistently delivered vehicles with lesser problems than any other manufacturer in India. Toyota's service quality and turnaround is also the best in the industry, whereas Mahindra, though much improved, is not yet up to the mark. Resale and cost of ownership. The Innova Crysta is bound to hold significantly better resale value than the XUV over an ownership period of 5 to 7 years. In spite of being 5 lakh rupees more expensive than the XUV, the Crysta works out to be just 75,000 rupees more expensive in terms of overall cost of ownership, thanks to lesser depreciation and lesser outlay on fuel. Which brings us to the verdict. The XUV500 and Innova Crysta are like chalk and cheese. XUV is the chalk and Crysta is the cheese. XUV is a bit of a poser, while the Crysta is a proper wolf in a sheep's clothing. Crysta looks urban but gobbles up rural terrain far more convincingly than the XUV. The sheer monolithic build quality and sublime refinement of the Crysta makes the XUV's interiors feel like you are seated inside cheap, vibrating plasticware. Crysta's comfort and airy ambience is also much more pleasant than the XUV. Last but not the least, the Crysta's basic fundamentals of performance, efficiency, and dynamics are noticeably superior to the XUV's, making it stratospherically better value for money and more practical alternative than not just the XUV but also the D segment Accords, Superbs, and Passats of this world.